It's not until you fast that God will hear you. Like I said, God is not going to beat you up just because he wants to speak with you. We are the ones that have arranged fasting so that we can be less distracted and be more, more in obedience with God.
Okay, so that means I can actually connect with God and and not be distracted without fasting. Hi guys, another day, another episode, another video.
Yo.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Thank you guys. Thanks.
P. Diddy. Do you like it when people call you P. Diddy, Seth?
Which of the PDDO? Let's get ourselves right too.
Honestly, when I think during that period of the PDD period, when I heard someone call you PDD, I was like, hey, please, people they should not come and carry my husband. Okay, you're welcome, guys, and we are back at it. Thank you for hanging with us. So, dips.
Yep.
You know now, I'm always going to hit you with it. And today is something I've always wondered about, a topic I've always wondered about. I've always wondered about fasting. I have a confession. Can I confess the confession? Fasting is very difficult for me to do. I've always struggled with fasting. Now, because I struggle with fasting because I see, the way I see it, so I'm sure it's a selfish thought. It can be termed a selfish and a very lazy thought. But I just have this notion that fasting is like, it's like suffering your body or your flesh. And I'm like, maybe Jesus Christ came to suffer so that I didn't have to suffer. And then I can't put fasting on the same level as prayers, because I feel prayers, as compared to fasting, prayers is spiritual exercise. But I don't know why I see fasting as a physical exercise, and I just can't marry the physical, like doing something physical to get God's attention. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I feel it's the spiritual that matches the spiritual. I don't know, but the bottom line is that I've always, struggled with fasting. So is it that if I don't fast, I'm not going to get God's attention, or God is not going to get my attention? Help me.
But it's actually a very valid question. You see, it will always still bounce off our relationship with God.
Okay.
God the Father, not God the Master. God the Father. So the thing is, number one, why do we even fast? Right? Most times you fast because you want to hear from God.
Really?
Because of life's distractions.
Okay.
So the real context of fast is for you to abstain from what distracts you.
Okay.
To get to hear God. God is always speaking.
Wow.
You understand? In today's context, you have this mobile network. They have their waves all over. You understand? But if your phone is not adequately connected, you may not get, you may not receive signal. It doesn't mean those whatever are not sending bandwidth. It's just that your phone is not tuned.
Yeah.
So God is always speaking. God is not silent to anybody. He's always speaking. But are you hearing? So that is the essence of fasting. Fasting is supposed to subject your body, as you've said, to subject your body to be in line with your spirit, because God speaks to you through the spirit. Yeah. God doesn't speak with you like, here I am, you understand? But he speaks through your spirit. Yeah. So most times, and in those days, the major thing was food, feasting. They were always feasting. Feasting. It's during feasting that they do all sorts. You have the Passover feast, all of those feasts, Feast of Unleavened Bread. So it was now like, rather than, okay, all of this wahala, can you take some time off to abstain from food? You understand? Okay. So that you can stay more with hearing God. God is speaking. But in the midst of your party, your feasting, you're not even hearing. Okay. So that is the essence of fast. That's why when Jesus was around and the Pharisees said, why are your disciples not fasting? Jesus said, What are they fasting for? I am here with them. I'm speaking with them. So they are hearing me physically.
Direct.
So why are they fasting? You understand? So fasting as a then would work because they were almost always feasting. You understand?
It would work or it won't work.
Then it would, because they were almost always feasting. So move away from your feasting and
So
listen
you
to
can
God.
connect with,
But now-
remove distractions.
Remove distractions, basically.
Okay.
But nowadays, most of the churches will say fast, 21 days fast, 50 days fast, 100 days fast. Beautiful. That's not bad.
There's nothing wrong.
But the question is, for me that do not like food naturally, am I really fasting? So maybe the fasting that we should be doing nowadays should be phone fasting. Social media fasting. Because those are, some people could move away from food, but they are still being distracted by their phone. So you really haven't achieved what fasting should. So should we fast? By all means, yes. As long as you are moving away from distraction to hear from God. There is no point in abstaining from food. But your phone, you are still endeared. Or you are still distracted by social media. It really doesn't. And does that mean that, are you saying that if you are fasting phone fast, you shouldn't carry our phone? No, but you can take your phone away from social media. You can take your Wi-Fi off. And your phone is just, all those touchlight phone.
Okay.
Can that one really distract you?
Okay.
So fasting is not until you fast that God will hear you. Like I said, God is not going to beat you up just because he wants to speak with you. We are the ones that have arranged fasting so that we can be less distracted and be more, more in obedience with God.
Okay, so that means I can actually connect with God and and not be distracted without fasting.
That's the word. So when you move yourself away from that thing that hitherto were distracting you,
You're actually
you're fasting.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
It's context.
Yeah.
If I told myself that, Dips, I'm going to move away from my phone from early morning till 6 p.m. because it's a distraction. I'm fasting. I'm doing a phone fast.
Which is why some people say it's better rather live a fasted life.
Fasted life, exactly. Fasted life is to starve yourself of distractions that will stop you from listening to God.
Like a lifestyle.
God is always talking, but are you hearing?
Yeah.
Now, same thing with prayer. Now, prayer in today's court, you hear that I pray, my Lord. You understand? That is talking to the judge. Because in prayer, what you are doing is you are trying to talk for someone to either grant you something or something, So when you say you are praying to God, you are asking God that I want to speak with you, my Father. You understand? So listen to me. So prayer is not until you hit your head on the ground, until you do 24 hours. Some delight in, we've prayed for 24 hours. Meanwhile, some people will pray for 2 minutes. You understand? And God is responding to them fast. So you now begin to see those people, those prayer warriors, they now get angry. What kind of wahala is this? Me, Lord, I've prayed so much. And this person is virtually not praying. But the person is praying. Do you know why? Me, for instance, I am more of a thanksgiving person than a prayer person. You understand?
You don't ask God for things?
I hardly ask. Rather, I try to do Philippians 4:16 that says, even with thanksgiving, let your request be known to God. Be anxious for nothing. So what I do is, for everything I do during the day, and it needs speaking to God about, I don't have to kneel down, clasp my hand and close my eyes. No, I could be driving and maybe I miss an Okada person, that's a bike man, by whiskers. There and then I'm telling God, Father Lord, I thank you for what you have done. Wow. If I had hit this Okada man, what would have happened? So Lord, I say thank you. Thank you so much. 2 minutes here and there. I go to pick the kids at school. They are okay. And Lord, I thank you for these kids. They went in the morning. Now we are going back home. Lord, I give you all the glory. Thank you so much, Lord. So you see all those pockets of 2 minutes here, 3 minutes here, 5 minutes here. Those are the things that endear you to God because it actually shows that indeed you are grateful. Other than, now, am I saying that you shouldn't pray fervently? Because the Bible says the effectual fervent prayer of the righteous make much power available. But fervency is even in your little 2, 3, 4 minutes. But it doesn't mean you can't do your 4 hours as long as you are connected. But do not stereotype God that we have to pray for 5 hours before he hears you. Say before you even spoke, I've heard.
He already knows.
You understand? So prayer and fasting, they are hand in hand. You fast to move away from distractions. Then once you have done that, you now speak with him because now you are so sure that it's going to now respond.
Or that you're going to hear.
Now you're going to hear clearly, exactly.
His
So that's the reason why it's almost like fasting and prayer are like a Siamese twins. You understand? I fasted from distraction. Now let me speak to God because I know He's going to respond. Do you understand? So that's just the way it is. So it's not until you climb the mountain. Now, if you are climbing the mountain, you are going to a place where you will not be distracted. So there's nothing wrong in climbing the mountain. There's nothing wrong in going into seclusion, as long as you're moving away from distraction.
Yeah, like
You
Jesus.
understand?
Jesus did it a lot.
But the whole essence of fasting and prayer is to hear God better. Fasting will not answer your prayer. Fasting will open your ear to God's instruction in answering your prayer. So when you say, I want to have a husband and I'm fasting, your fasting will not bring a husband. Your fasting will open your ear to God's instruction as to how you get a husband. So if you fast and you pray, you still do the work. They are not an end to themselves. They are a means to an end. So you fast, you pray to hear from God. God will still give you the instruction to do the work. I don't know if that makes a bit of sense.
Thank God I asked this question because you have actually answered my question, and I'm happy about it. That means, to be aware that you can live a fasted life. It doesn't have to be depriving yourself of just one thing or that major thing. It has more to do with a lifestyle of less distractions.
Exactly.
Did you all get that? Like we said, we're not the final authority, but food for thought. I hope you
food for thought, guys. Something to just ponder about.
And, ponder
you just
about
get that
it.
context. Remember, God is your Father. He's not going to whip. He's not going to whip the hell out of you for him to speak to you or to hear you. No, it's not. God is not a taskmaster. God is our heavenly, beautiful Father. So, guys, I hope we've put another context and perspective to this issue of prayer and fasting. Again, we want to ask you guys to like this and also to share it.
Yes.
You understand? As we wait for your reactions and your questions and your contributions also. Let's enjoy this journey together. All right?
And please don't forget to hit the notification button so that when we drop new videos, you'll be the first to know.
Exactly, guys.
Subscribe.
Exactly.
And see you in the next video.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.